My full name is Beatrice, F-E-I-T, Zaslow. I was born in the Bronx, in New York City, in the United States of America. I only knew one grandparent ever. I never knew the others. I never met them. Yeah. I met my mother's father, my grandfather. He lived on the east side of New York. He used to come to visit us. He spoke English to us, but he loved to sit down and talk Yiddish with my father. He was the only grandparent that I ever knew, yes. You know, after the war, it was so hard to get a place to live. So we lived in my mother-in-law's apartment with her and my brother-in-law and sister-in-law, whose name was also Bea. Guess it's a brother married a girl by the name of Bea also. And my mother-in-law gave up her, she slept in the living room and gave us her bedroom until we could find something. And the phone rang one day and I answered it and someone says, I want to talk to Mrs. Zaslow. I said, which one? And he said, well, how many are there? I said, 3. I mean, there was my mother-in-law, my sister-in-law, and I. Oh, he says, well, I want to talk to Bea Zaslow. I said, which one? He said, how many are there? I said, 2. He stops to talk. He says, wait a minute, just a second. I want to talk to Gus's life, and there better be only one. Who is a friend of my husband. Oh, yes. Yes, I had friends. After I was married, I was living in New Rochelle. 2 of my friends were Holocaust survivors. And I did say to one of them, I'm happy that it happened, but how come you survived? And she said I was quite young and I was healthy, so I could work. And I worked. That was the only thing that saved me, that I was strong enough to work and produce whatever it was they asked me to do. I had 2 friends that were Holocaust survivors. And then I had one other friend who came here as a young girl going to college. Her family could see what was happening, and they sent her away. She never heard from them again later on. She never found them. But they sent her away to this country. They had some kind of family here, and she made a life here, married and had children and all. Well, the important thing is to learn to accept your limitations and not fight them. In order to age gracefully, you have to accept your limitations. Insist upon doing as much as you can. Don't let people help you too much. I find that hard, because people are willing to help and they want to, but sometimes you don't even want them to. But you have to do as much as you can possibly do. Then if you can't, you have to accept help. Yeah. Well, to try to see the other guy's point of view if you don't agree with each other. And to try to talk it out calmly if you can, rather than argue or fight about it. Yeah. Especially if you have children, you can't argue in front of them. Got to do your arguing in private. the things, the things I would pass on to my grandchildren, great-grandchildren, if I could, would be to enjoy what you can, what you have. Not worry about what you haven't got. Because there's a lot in everybody's life that they can enjoy. It takes a long time to get to that point, a very long time. Yeah, You find yourself when you're younger saying, oh, if only this and this, then I could do that and that. But if it's not going to happen, it's not going to happen. So you have to learn to try to live within what you can do and what you have got and make the most of it. Enjoy what you can, because this is your only chance. Mm-hmm. Well, what I just was saying, that's the way to live a great and happy life. You have to be happy. Uh, uh, I used to have a tendency of saying, if only this and if only that. But there's no if only, because it isn't there. So you got to make it out of what you have got, not what you would like necessarily. I really don't know. To sum up my life, it's hard. It's hard, you know. Uh, there are ups and downs in every life. On the whole, I think I would consider myself fortunate in the life that I had. Uh, there were tragedies. My brother's death at the age of 17, terrible shock to me at the age of 12. I had no idea that he was that ill. Gus's sudden death, some of the other members of the family. Um, I enjoyed my grandfather, the only grandparent I knew. He spoke English to us. He'd come and visit. Uh, I don't know. I could just on a whole, with the things that go on and happen in so many lives, so many tragedies. There were tragedies, but on the whole, comparatively, I think I had a pretty good life. I really do. And I'm hoping to continue it as long as possible. I'm working on it. Right, yeah. So I just have to keep going, that's all. I'm very, very fortunate in my children and my grandchildren. And I've told them that I feel that way, that while it's nice having friends, not so much where I am now, but the friends that I had for so many years before this, and some of them really close that went out of their way for me a great deal. The really basic structure of my life, the things that mean the most to me, is the family. And they've been very good to me, very attentive. And that's it. Right.